Welcome back to Hannity. So after Hillary Clinton blamed, let's see, the FBI Director James Comey, Russia, WikiLeaks for her election loss, former senior Obama advisor David Axelrod had this to say about her many excuses. Watch this.
Jim Comey didn't say to the Clinton campaign, don't campaign in Michigan. You know, Jim Comey didn't say, don't go to Wisconsin once after the Democratic convention. And those are states that she lost by very narrow margins. And so there are a few things that if they had just done a little bit differently, would have been, I think, decisive and would have allowed her to win despite Jim Comey. So a little more introspection. Maybe we'll have to wait for the book, but a little more introspection is probably in order.
And earlier tonight, I spoke with the counsel to the president, Kellyanne Conway. Kellyanne, welcome back. Good to see you.
Hi, Sean.
All right. Well, I don't usually say I agree with David Axelrod, but I think his analysis is right. Is it that she thought she had Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Ohio in the bag? Was it just an arrogance, an air of arrogance around the campaign? Now they're just trying to make excuses?
It was many things, but we also had a better candidate, better message, better campaign, better strategy, and I think just more self-awareness overall. But I do want to push back on something Hillary said. She said that she was winning if the election were on October 27th. That's actually not true. If you look at the Real Clear Politics aggregate, and I did today, in the 6 states that went from Obama 2012 to Trump 2016, Florida, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Michigan, Ohio, Iowa. You look at these states, her numbers actually stayed the same and, in fact, improved from the October 27th to the aggregate that was taken on November 5th. Of course, the election is November 8th. What happened is Donald Trump continued with his strategy of going and connecting with voters, doing these 7-8 rallies a day toward the end. Sure, we had a fraction of the money, a fraction of the staff, but we had much better candidates and actual economic message for working class America. And what happened is the undercover Trump voter that I started talking about last July under a hail of criticism was real. People came out for him in the end. They wanted to vote for change. They wanted to vote against stale policies. They did not want the third term of Barack Obama. And to the extent that Hillary Clinton had hidden voters, they're still hidden. Even when yesterday, I mean, the lack of self-awareness to me was stunning. The idea that she ignored Wisconsin meant that Wisconsin ended up ignoring her. And the idea that she yet again mentioned, I won the popular vote. You know what the prize is for that? A participation trophy and second place.
Yeah. Well, you know, to me, it's sort of a disconnect. But we see this in the May Day rallies. We see the rhetoric among the Democratic Party, the obstructionism, all of those things. You know, it's really culminated, and maybe I've been more defensive because we've been friends for more than 2 decades, about the treatment that you've had in the press. Now you've got this Fire Colbert campaign started. I don't participate in boycotts. What he said was despicable, disgusting, just like so many other things that have been said about the president. I know you've been dismissive about personal attacks you've taken, which I think have been pretty brutal and unfair. What about when you hear horrible things like that, and then you see this effort now, Fire Colbert, beginning?
I saw your tweet earlier where you said you're against boycotts of any type and you don't care for him or his show, and that people are welcome to change the channel. That's what happens in a free market system. The entire Colbert episode, to me, proves my major point, which is you've got to show basic respect to the President of the United States, to the office of the President and its current occupant, whoever he is, and one day whoever she is. And the reason for that is very simple. That's who we are in a democracy. And I think people are pushing it so far over the line. It's not even funny, by the way. If it's meant to be funny, it's not. But I do find it very ironic that the same people who call for this one's ouster and that one's ouster are then under fire. But you've got a point about the free market sorting itself out. All
right, Kellyanne. Good to see you, by the way. Spring in D.C. behind you there.
Beautiful.
Good to see you. Thank you.
Come and visit. Thanks.